Cooking with Angie. Cooking with Angie.
And fuck a cooking with Kaya. Bitch. Yeah. Ain't no fucking cooking with Kaya up here. Cooking with Tamia, bitch. Get into it.
Women are children. The older I get, I'm starting to understand these sayings that even at one point in time I thought were egregious. When I was younger and I would hear my uncles and, older men say women are children, I'd be like, oh.
Right there. Right there. What'd he say?
I would hear my uncles were egregious. When I was younger and I would hear my uncles and, older men say women are children, I'd be like, oh my God, this.
So first of all, I love to clock this type of shit. So men will tell you that you need men around you to make you a man and da 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 da. And I always say that usually what happens is that men who are around a bunch of men, they have the highest levels of misogyny, right? Men who are raised with men, they have the highest levels of misogyny because they get all the misogyny from their friends, from their peer group, and they get all the misogyny from their, from their community, from their mentors, right? And things of that nature. So they get a heavy double dose of misogyny, right? Also, men will say, these very men, if you had a conversation with him, he'll say, not in my circle. I don't know those men, yada, yada, yada. And then, but right now he's saying, oh, my uncles and the men in my life, they taught me this. They taught me this this thing that he called egregious at one point in time. So now he has that code written on him, right? That code is inside of him, that women are children, that women are less than, right? I doubt that he thought it was egregious, whatever. Let's say he did though. Let's say he thought it was egregious or whatever. And he's just now coming to this realization at his big age, whatever. The reason why that happened is because it's not because you have realized that women are actually children. What has happened is that code is in you, right? It's dormant. That virus, that disease, it's in you. That symptom, I would say, because he's misogynistic every day, right? But this wrinkle, like I said, this symptom of misogyny has not shown itself to him yet, right? And what happens is when the men come across certain content or when men come across certain examples and, certain things happen to them in their lives, what it can do, if they haven't done any work, it can awaken that thing that is in them, right? I'll give you an example for me really quick. A long time ago, I had a girlfriend. We were together for like 6 years. I cheated. She broke up with me. That's pretty much the story, right? But at that time, I started to say that, or to myself, I started to believe that the reason she left me wasn't because of me, wasn't because of me cheating. It wasn't because of that. I started to say she left me because she wanted to be with a man that had more money than me. She wanted a man that had a higher education than I did because she was in college. So I was like, oh, she wanted a college dude. Like, I not taking any accountability for myself, right? Not taking any accountability for what I do, for what I did, right? Now, that applies in this situation because what is happening now? What is going on, right? You guys have heard me talk about Cooking with Kaya extensively. The thing with Cooking with Kaya is there is a market for women who do what she does. There's a market for it. Who is the market? Men. Him, me, men, right? If you want to address the issue, It's not Kaya and it's not these women. It's these goofy ass men who long to be with a woman that is submissive in this way, a woman that performs femininity in this way, in these ways. That's what it is. And these women know that there are a bunch of dummies online and in real life that will eat this content up, and they're making it. And then this dude sees that and goes, oh, women are children. Why are women children? How does that make them children? I'm not understanding. How does that make them children? All they're trying to do is hop on the train. That's it. They're trying to make some money, get popular, go viral, whatever.
Why would you say that? Because I was caught up under the program too, but just like children at the park, Mom, look at me, Dad, look at me. That's what these females are doing with these struggle plays that they showing. Knowing still damn well they won't cook for their man. Because men, we always have to bring value. We've got to a point.
Hold on. So that's what right? What did I say? They're not cooking for their men. They're not these women in real life. We know that. Think Nara Smith. Like, Nara Smith isn't a trad wife. She's not. It's already been debunked. Like, she's not a trad wife, right? There's no shade to Nara Smith. But she is selling an image. She is selling an image. And there is a large demographic of people who like Nara Smith. And they like that image. They like it. They don't see it for what it is. They don't see it as satire. They think Nara Smith is like seriously in the kitchen, like making all of these meals from scratch every day and blah, 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 blah. She's not. She's not. She's a fucking model. She's a full-time model and a full-time content creator at this point. She has 2 jobs. 3. She's a mother. So she's a mother, a model, and a full-time content creator. 3 full-time jobs. That woman is not a tradition. That's not a traditional wife at all. Her husband works as well. Also, not a traditional setup. Husband works. She works. Not traditional. She's not a traditional woman. She's just selling that image, right? On her other, when she goes with her man, they be taking half-naked pictures. When she's in the kitchen, she's buttoned up. She looks like Susie Homemaker, right? But when she's with her husband, she in fucking Calvin Klein draws, hunching each other on the bed, as they should be doing as 2 adults married to each other, 2 attractive adults. Yeah, they can hunch on each other. Perfectly okay, right? They're selling an image. These women are selling an image. They're not like, hey, look at me for nothing. They're doing it to get dumb men to give them money. The same way a bunch of stupid men are giving what's her name? Cooking with Kaya attention and running up her views. I just followed Cooking with Kaya the other day. She had 860-some thousand followers on TikTok. She is up to 1.2 million. And that was 3 days ago when I followed her, maybe 2. I was in her live today. She had 22,000 people in her live. 22,000 people in her live while she was cooking. Yeah, I would say it worked. And if I'm a woman or whatever, if I'm a person, it's happened with it. Why are you using this to be like women are dumb? What about all the men who did the NPC shit after the NPC shit on TikTok blew up? When all the people were doing NPC lives or whatever, right? Remember that shit? And then there was a bunch of people doing that. You wasn't like, oh, these people are children, because men were doing it. What's his name? Miles, NPC Miles or whatever, right? Miles Morales, NPC Miles Morales. He just fucking blew up, man. He was just crying on his live stream because he just came off of going live with Kai or whatever for like 8 hours or whatever it was, and it blew his platform up even more. And he was like so thankful and stuff like that. It was dope. It was dope to watch because I remember him from I remember he was doing it in the gas stations and shit. But he copied other people though. Imagine if he listened to a dude like you talking about some, y'all are kids, you out here just copying. So what? What idea hasn't been copied? The whole thing is, and you're missing the point, it is about the market. If the market exists, the product will exist. If not now, eventually. Sometimes you make a market. You do something, people didn't even know they wanted it or needed it. They go, oh shit. That's how it works, bro. It's not rocket science.
Have to bring value. We've got to a point in society still damn well they won't cook.
And he said all of this stupid shit to get to this part of like, woe is me, men we don't have no value. Okay, let's talk about it.
Because Men, we always have to bring value. We've got to a point in society.
What value do men bring? What value do men bring? Women don't bring value? Women on their own are valuable. Like on their own. If money didn't exist, right? If money didn't exist and everybody had infinite amounts of food and we all had somewhere to live and all of that stuff, women would still be extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. So, but when you say men bring value, what value are you talking about? Where? In what way? Money. That's the only value you're talking about, because that's the only value that men, that's the only thing that men themselves say that they bring to the table. Well, protection, but you don't protect. And most of y'all don't got no money, but neither here nor there. That's all y'all say. So men really don't have any value at the end of the day. Men don't have the value. That's the problem. We don't have any intrinsic value. We don't bring anything to the table naturally. Right? It's material shit that we bring to the table. Women bring themselves, and they themselves are valuable. Super duper valuable to men. Men are literally unaliving themselves to get next to women.
Where women only have to bring value when it's convenient or beneficial for them.
What does that even mean? How do women bring value when it's convenient or beneficial to them? If that is the case, wouldn't that mean that they were still bringing value? Just talking in circles, I guess.
Women only have to bring value when it's convenient or beneficial for them.
When do men bring value when it's not? When do men bring value when it's not beneficial or convenient for them? How and when do we bring value? Damn, I wish I could talk to this dude.
Not something on a consistent basis that'll have a consistent relationship. That's just where we are as a society. Sad. But it is what it is.
Nothing. You know, and that might have been the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You guys are so jealous of women. You guys are so jealous that all women have to do is be pretty and cook, and they can get 1 million followers. You guys are so jealous that all women have to do is be pretty and cook, and they can get 1 million followers. You're jealous, but you're mad at the wrong person. That's what I'm saying. If you want to hate on those women, go talk to them silly ass men, which I don't have no problem with them doing. I'm just saying, like, if I were to be mad at it and I wanted to nip it in the bud, I would go yell at the men like, you dumbass man, why are you following these women? All they doing is taking your coins and pandering to you and da-da-da-da-da. Talk to the men, belittle the men. But you so afraid of men, you so afraid to go at the cult. You turn your ire on to women. You turn it towards women. Unnecessarily, unprovoked. It's crazy, bro. It's really wicked work.